Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome if you're new here. I feel like I'm a little rusty because I haven't done this in a while because I'll explain in the video why. But yeah, before I get into the video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and give me a thumbs up because it really helps this channel and me out so much, and I'd appreciate it. And yeah, let's just get into the video. So, as you can tell by the title, actually, I'm not sure what I'm naming the video yet, but as you can tell by the title, like, I have an announcement. No. I'm not sure what I'm naming this video quite yet, but by the title, regardless, you can tell, like, there's an announcement. I have something to say. So, yeah, I just wanted to tell you guys that I am expecting a little baby. And I've been like so sick and so out of it, which is why I kind of just went like missing in action. And also, I didn't want to post this until I was 12 weeks or later. As of today, I am 11 weeks and 4 days. So yeah, I found out when I was 4 weeks along. So I found out like literally as soon as you can find out. And I'll explain how I found out and my symptoms so far, and I'll show you like the sonogram pictures I have and stuff. Like I have them like on the screen somewhere whenever I get to that part. So yeah, I'm really excited. I hope that you guys like want to join me on this journey and that you subscribe and you can see me like do the nursery and see what the baby's name is, and I'm doing a gender reveal, and I want to do like the old wives' tales myth gender thing before I actually find out what it is. So yeah, I feel like this should be an exciting time for me and this channel, and like for all of you if you guys want to actually like follow along on any of that stuff. So I have my notebook here of like all the symptoms because I feel like I would forget them because yeah, I'm forgetful these days. Like I said, I found out when I was 4 weeks. I found out on August 15th when I came back home from my trip from San Antonio, Texas, whatever. And I only took the test because I knew that my period was either due that day or the day after, according to my apps, because my apps were literally all over the place. Like one was way off, one was different. They were just a mess. So I knew my period was coming like those 2 days. But while I was out of town, I had took a test just because I was like, well, if I want to drink or whatever, like, I just want to know. But obviously it came out negative. I drank like twice when I was down there. I really didn't drink that much, but whatever. And yeah, so when I was in Texas, I had like the symptoms that I would say like could have told me like maybe I was pregnant was one day I was down there, I was literally having cramps the whole day. But in my head, I was like, well, my cycle is about to come, so like it's probably just because my period's coming. So I really didn't think anything about it. Like I took Advil, went on about my day, and it was fine. Then also, I was just super bloated the whole time, but also like could have been because my cycle was due like literally after like the second day. I was just like, I just felt like a stuffed potato. Like I was super bloated. And then the last thing when I was in Texas was I had like the most vivid dream ever, and like I feel like that never ever happens to me, and I didn't really think anything about it because it was like a scary dream, but also the same day, that same night, I had watched 2 scary movies with my younger cousins, so I was just like, it's probably just because I watched a scary movie, like whatever. But it felt so real. Like I woke up and was like it felt like that really happened, and it didn't. So those were like my hints that I could have been pregnant, but most of them could have been like cycle related, so I didn't put that much thought into it. So when I came home, I just took a test because I genuinely was just like really, really curious, and I had like the faintest line ever, and I'll insert a picture of it because I took a picture of that test. And it was just like one of the tests, the cheap ones that like you have to like use a cup and like dip it in, like a little strip test. So I took that, and it was like a super faint line. And I wish I would have recorded it, and I didn't, because in my head I was like, it's going to be negative because the one I took 2 days ago was negative. But yeah, oh, and also when I was in Texas, I literally was so tired. Like, the car ride from the hotel to my family's house was like 30 minutes, and I was knocked out or about to be knocked out every car ride. And in my head, I was like, well, it's just because I traveled and I'm tired and I just didn't catch up on sleep. But literally, it's only an hour time difference between where I live and San Antonio. So I was just tired the whole time. Like, I could have slept the whole time. I didn't, but like I could have. I was just so tired. So now I look back at that and I'm like, oh, it's probably why. But anyways, I'm gonna get into my symptoms. And on here I have pregnancy symptoms week 6 through 8, but it's literally been since I found out I was pregnant pretty much. So yeah. So I had morning sickness, which I don't know why it's called morning sickness, because it's literally all day or any time of the day. Most of the time I got sick like when I ate something. Like if something didn't sound good, it didn't taste good either, and it made me feel sick. So it's getting better now, but for a while the only things I really wanted to eat or could eat were like Italian ice and French fries. Right now, sometimes things still make me not feel that great, but I can count on French fries, pickles, applesauce, fruits, Italian ice, popsicles. Like, those are the things I can eat regardless and like be fine. And like water and Gatorade. So those are like my go-to things. And like I said, it's getting better, but like I still have my days when I'm sick. Like yesterday, I felt absolutely terrible. But you know, it's fine. It's all for a reason. Like, it's okay. Secondly, like I said, I started when I had that one vivid dream when I was out of town. But literally, since then, like, I've had them so much. Right now, it's like slowing down. I don't have them as much. In the beginning, they were literally like every night I would have a dream. And I would wake up and I'm like, did that happen? Like, I know that happened. And then I'm like, no. And I think about them like, that didn't happen. Or I'm like, oh, I didn't have a dream last night. And then I would think about it. I'm like, yes, I did. Like, my parents don't have 4 kittens at their house. Like, it was just dumb stuff. Most of the dreams were like scary. Some of them were just like stupid. And other ones just were like, felt like a normal day, but like it felt like it really happened and it didn't, if that makes any sense at all. So I've had 2 dreams about the gender of the baby. Both times it was the same gender. And it's either because that's just what I wanted the baby to be, or maybe that's what it is. Both the dreams I've had that seemed like so real to me it was a girl. Like the first time, because we're having like a gender reveal because my husband wants one, because I don't want it, but whatever. And the first time is like I found out that I was having a girl, and I was like, oh man, like I gotta pretend like I don't know, like I can't tell him that I know what it is. And then the second one was kind of like at the gender reveal, and it was a cake, and each tear was like, it's a baby, and at the end it's a girl, and it had like 2 little pink prints on it. So those are 2 dreams I've had about gender. I don't know, I really hope it's a girl. I feel like it's a boy just because I want a girl and because I have 4 nephews, but I'll find out on November 7th, so that should be exciting. Regardless, I'll be happy, but like I really kind of want a girl just because we don't have any baby girls in my family, and my parents only have grandsons. So it'll just be fun to have a little girl, but we'll see. And yeah, so the next thing on my list is I'm literally always tired. I can go to sleep anytime. Like, I wake up, I want to eat, and I just want to go back to sleep. Sometimes it's worse than other times. Hopefully, like the next trimester, I hear that like goes away some, but like I'm literally always tired. But it's also frustrating because sometimes I'm like super, super tired, and then I go to bed and then I can't sleep. So that's like frustrating, but oh well. And next is headaches. I don't get these a lot, but when I do, they're like super annoying. So yeah, I don't have much to say about headaches because I haven't had like, they haven't been terrible. It's just like a headache, and I know it's just because of hormones, and I take a Tylenol sometimes. Most of the time I don't, because Tylenol really does not do anything for me. Advil does, but I can't take Advil, so I just have to suffer. So yay. Next is I am gassy all the time and get gas cramps, which are they are painful, and like to the point where I like my husband. Sometimes he touches my stomach. I'm just like, no, don't touch it. Like they hurt so bad. So those are not fun. And like I said, it's just like gassy all the time. Like I pass gas all day, every day, and it's like it's terrible. But I hear that that's normal, so just gonna have to deal with it for a while, I guess. Next is occasional cramps, which I don't get them as much anymore, but I heard in the first trimester, like that's normal, because like your uterus is expanding, you have a whole little human growing in there. And recently I feel like I have stretching like in my pelvic, it just feels like stretching in my pelvic area, which I guess is also because like you're expanding, so I feel like that's normal too. And yeah, not much else to say about that one either. The next thing is moody. I have been, especially like the last 3 weeks, my mood has been all over the place. Like I'm just like out of it and like not the happiest. I cried like 3 times randomly for no reason really, other than like I didn't feel good. Like I just sat in bed and cried, like boo-hoo cried, like really cried, tears, sad. And it's just like a lot. Like your hormones when you're pregnant, I know some people it's not as bad, but like I have been, in the last 3 weeks, I've just been like so moody and like just wanted to cry. And you feel crazy, but like just know like you're not, like you're good, you're okay. So next I had acne, and when I tell you, I thought, oh, you're supposed to glow when you get pregnant. Like they say you glow, whatever. No, like I've been breaking out terribly since I found out I was pregnant, and I'm upset because literally my skin had just started clearing up when I was like the week before in Flesh, when I was in Texas. Like my skin had just started clearing up. Then I came home and like it started breaking out everywhere, pimples all over the place, like jawline, forehead. Like I have pimples right now. I don't know if you can see them, but like my skin's kind of a hot mess. And yeah, like I get a couple of breakouts every week, mostly like this area, and then like my temples and my forehead. And it's just like annoying, and I feel like these are the most persistent pimples ever. No matter what I do, how much I wash my face, how much water I drink, what spot treatments I use, the pimples just stay until they want to leave. Like nothing works for them. So I kind of just gave up, and in the beginning I was like covering up the pimples with makeup whenever I had to leave out the house. But then I just started saying like forget it, because putting makeup on top of pimples doesn't really help either. So I'm just letting them do what they want to do and live on my face until they want to leave. But it's just annoying because I feel like every pimple I get now like leaves an acne scar. So I feel like not cute, but I guess it comes with the territory. And I'll get over it. They'll clear up eventually. Like it'll be fine. But they're just like the most permanent pimples I have ever like dealt with in my life. And like I kind of hate it, but moving on. The last thing I have on my list is my hair has been so dry and like dull. Like I washed my hair yesterday, and this is the first time my hair has been like not crazy looking since I've been 4 weeks pregnant. Like I had my hair flat ironed for 2 weeks before I washed it the other day, and I've never had dry flat ironed hair. My hair was so dry and it was flat ironed, and I've never experienced that before. So it's just weird. Like my curls, and at first I thought it's because I had braids when I was out of town. I was like, maybe it's just the braids took all the moisture out of my hair, whatever. But it's just been a mess. Like I took those braids out, and my curls were like up here and like super shrunken and dry. No matter what I did, I was using castor oil, coconut oil, like spritzing it with water, braiding it at night, and moisturizing it. nothing worked. Like it was just dry and frizzy and I've never dealt with that before. And I was like, it's weird because I've been like, I'm doing the same thing I was doing before. Like I don't understand. So that's been different. But like I said, this time it's not so terrible. Like I had to leave a treatment in it for like 24 hours essentially to get it to look like this. And I feel like it was still dry in some areas, but I just like messed with it and like water and finger coiled the parts that were like dry. It was a whole process, but it's semi cute. So yeah, but like my hair has been so dry and annoying. Like I was wearing a bun for the longest time because I was like, I don't know what to do with this because it didn't look right any other way. So that was that. So that's it for my symptoms weeks 4 through 11 because that's where I'm at right now. At the end, I'll show you like my baby bump. It's like little, but it's there, so I'll show it to you. And yeah, so I had my first appointment when I was 6 weeks and like 2 days along. And at that, your first appointment, it's like literally so boring. You sit in a room with a nurse practitioner. You fill out all these papers, sign papers. They ask you questions about like family history. I had to go by myself because the Rona and my husband couldn't come in. Like I had to go by myself. So that was that. But like I said, they just like take your blood pressure and ask you questions about family history. You sign papers, you get blood work done so they can like confirm that you're really pregnant. And then that's pretty much it. And then she told me I should make a sonogram appointment before my next doctor's appointment. And yeah, so right now I go every 4 weeks. So I've been to the doctor's twice. And I went and got one sonogram. I got my first sonogram when I was 6 weeks and 6 days, and it literally looked like a little jelly bean. And then there was like a little yolk sac, and you saw the little heart like fluttering. And at that point, the heartbeat was 128, and which the tech said was normal for that age. We couldn't hear it, but she could like still measure it. So yeah, also couldn't record in there because they don't let you, so sorry about that. That kind of sucks because I wish I could have recorded it, but I did get 2 pictures and I will insert the picture of that sonogram on there, even though I feel like you can't really tell what it is. Like there's like a big black area, which was like my bladder. Then you see the gestational sac, and then like if you zoom in, you see like these 2 little pinpoints, and that's like between the pinpoints is where the baby is. But it literally was just like a little blob. Like it didn't look like anything. But I just really was excited to see the baby, so I made the appointment for as soon as possible. And I went to my last doctor's appointment last week when I was 10 weeks and 2 days, I believe. And at that appointment, it wasn't a whole lot that happened either. It was just they looked for the heartbeat on the Doppler, which I was still early, so they couldn't find it on the Doppler. I had to get like a sonogram. So I had an extra sonogram picture, which I will insert here. And I was like, oh, the baby actually looks like a little baby right now. Like you can see the head, the body, arms, legs. It was cute. It was cute. And I got to hear the heartbeat. She didn't tell me what the heartbeat was, and I forgot to ask because she was telling me other information that I needed to know, like about me and future stuff I needed to know. But yeah, other than that, I had to get a pap smear because I hadn't had one in 3 years, which don't get one while you're pregnant because that is the most uncomfortable thing I've ever experienced in my whole life. I got my results back from that today. That was normal, so that's good, but don't do that while you're pregnant because it sucks. Like it's not fun at all. Because usually it doesn't bother me, but like that was like, no. So that's pretty much it so far. My next appointment is in 3 weeks. And I think I just get to hear the heartbeat every time they measure your uterus. and they just make sure everything is looking good. And I get to find the gender out at 15 weeks because I'm going to one of the little ultrasound places where they can tell you earlier. So on November the 3rd, I think I'm going to that place, and then on the 7th, as long as baby cooperates, I will find out what he or she is. And I'm excited about that because then I can figure out what I want to do with this room, because this is going to be the baby's room. I want to figure out how I want to decorate it, and I can shop for clothes and start making a registry and like looking at strollers and all that good stuff. So I'm super excited for like all the baby hauls and baby name videos and everything. And that's another thing. I know either way, I know what the baby's name is going to be. Like we have a girl name and a boy name, and I'm either going to do like a name reveal video or just say what baby's name is when it's born. I haven't decided quite yet, but yes, I'm just super excited. I hope that you guys stick around for this journey and like are excited or as excited as I am. I wish I had a video to show you husband's reaction, but I was going to do something cute, but then I kind of just ended up telling him because I was joking too much about it, and then he kept telling me like, you're not pregnant, it's not a baby. And we were out to eat with a friend, and I was like, you want to know something? And he was like, what? And I was like, well, I am pregnant. And like he was just in disbelief for like 10 minutes, and he didn't believe me, and I had to show him the picture of the test. And then I went home and also took another pregnancy test, like a real one, a first response one, and that line was like so much darker. And actually I'll put that like earlier in the video when I was talking about the other test. So yeah, I took that test like 4 or 5 days after I took the first one, and it was like the control line was lighter than the test line, so like real pregnant. But yeah, anyways, I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. And yeah, I love you guys, and I will definitely see you in the next video. Bye. And baby is the size of a lime right now. Little.